Yes, good old TJ.
Let's see. Konnichiwa, new stars your boy INCOG. Back on our RC video. And today, guys, we're doing a video called Counter Guardians Explain. FateStay NightFGO is going to be on Ishfor's channel. Personally, be sure to run down below. Go ahead and follow him for all type of Fate like lore videos, etc. on the Natsuverse. Excuse me, and everything Fate has to offer. And I know you guys probably wondering what's going on with Incognito. Why hasn't he been like more consistent, everything like that, like he was back then? Trust me, guys, I still want to do YouTube. I want to actually try and make this a full-time thing, that in streaming, but that's gonna be later down the road, like streaming and stuff like that. As far as like playing like different like anime games, like Fate, like the Fate game, like Fate Grand Order, stuff like that, or whatever, just etc. Like, well, recently that's coming up. I'm gonna play Tales of Arise game. I'm gonna do like a playthrough of that, like do like, you know what I'm saying, like stream that first, just do a little playthrough, and then from my stream just take like, you know, parts of the stream, do part 1, part 2, etc. I want to do that, be my first actual playthrough on the channel, because I love the Tales of series. Playing Tales of series since Tales of Symphonia with Lloyd Irving and all of them, and then played Tales of Vespera. That's like my most recent one I remember. And yeah, so I think that's all the stuff that I'm gonna be doing, everything like that. So just let me know, guys, of what you guys think of it. But anyway, guys, let's just get right into it. Like I say, like, subscribe on the video, hit the notification, make sure you click all, so you know if I have to make a future upload, guys. Yeah, so also as well, like with me working too, like I work nights, I'm off Thursdays through Saturdays. So I try to record during these days and then just get the videos out. But like this like weekend or whatever, like after I got off, like I just been tired, and plus like with it been raining and stormy like that in Texas where I am, it's just like, I don't know if about you guys, but when it rains or whatever, it makes me sleepy. So you know, like I've been on and off or whatever, but now I got myself up. I want to record a few videos for you guys and get at least one of these out for you guys before I go into work tomorrow, because I go in tonight. Anyway, let's get right to it, guys. So play.
All right, so today we're going to be talking about
Oh,
counter
there you go.
guardians,
It's right there.
the protectors of balance. When all else has hit the fan, you can guarantee that the counter guardians are going to make sure that it doesn't get any worse. Usually this guardian is just a spirit that wasn't worshipped in their lifetime like all the others. But don't get it twisted. The counter force will go as far as giving power to a regular human if they feel like they can get the job done. This brings us to the most prominent counter guardian of them all, Heroic Spirit Emiya, the post-Stay Night version of Shiro that made a pact with the counter force in exchange for power. Basically, the poster boy. Unfortunately, this left Emiya damned to an eternity of killing his own kind. The benefits that come with having his role is best seen when he's in action. He's had an endless amount of time to refine his skills, and he's progressed in his combat in ways that would have never been possible had he remained as Shiro. Then you have his pops, Kirisugu, who was also summoned as a guardian to deal with the parallel version of Angra in the Grand Order timeline. This version of Kirisugu never got a chance to be hired by the Einsburns, and therefore he never got into contact with Irisfield. This left him in a state of misery where he was never able to fully cleanse his heart of all the self-hatred. Now, unlike the fourth Holy Grail War, this time around the Ironsburns had the best chances of winning, and since the Grail was cursed anyway, it made their potential success a threat to the world in its entirety. Recognizing Kirisugu's ability, the Force pulled his soul out the pool and sent him to stop whatever was causing the disturbance. All of his original professions have been doubled, his phantasm in particular being an embodiment of the origin in his past life, giving him direct access to a utility that his counterpart could only use a certain amount of times. Then you have the situation with Emiya Alter, who was sent as a counter guardian to deal with the demon god Baal and the Beast 3, Kiara Session. Baal for his attempts to shoot a magical bullet into Earth's core and destroy it, Kiara for seeking out.
I was gonna pause right quick. What is Shiro Emiya's dad? What is his class? Is he the same thing as Shiro Emiya as an archer? Is he an archer or is he something else? Like, 'cause I didn't even know that his dad was even a thing in the Fate universe. I thought it was just like one of the things where like Shiro is just an orphan or whatever, and you never knew about his parents or whatever, like his mom and his dad. Like, I didn't even know his dad was even like a servant type thing, and he was a counter guardian or part of the counter force. So what is he like? What is his class? I didn't even know that he was even a thing. I didn't even know what series or whatever he pops into, or is he just in the Fate Grand Order mobile game? Let me know in the comments down below, guys. All right, so play.
Of the Earth's core as a stepping stone that would bring about the downfall of mankind. Using his noble phantasm, his power has shown the extent of destroying an asteroid that would have shattered the Earth into pieces. You have Fujino, who is a guardian that was summoned during the Kara no Kyokai event as a military asset for the Force. In her scenario, a false version of Edmond Dantes was contracted to create a singularity for Goetia. Although the false servant ignored this request, Fujino was sent out to deal with the problem at hand. In contrast to her Kara no Kyokai counterpart, her summoning allows her to seek out a target from a bird's eye perspective, and that her mystic eyes are now an EX anti-world phantasm that can penetrate nearly 10,000 enemies at the same time.
Ooh,
you have the Gura event where Okita Alter was summoned.
I like her black. She's so that I like that look.
To humanity. This stems from her fate counterpart being born premature and her sister making a pact with the world that allowed Okita to survive. In return, she was summoned as a counter guardian that was expected to repay that debt. Her existence is now more of a time bomb, meaning that her body will self-destruct as a guarantee that she completes the task. She has also been granted the Blade of Purgatory and given a superior body to Okita that has no need to deal with her tuberculosis. And of course, how could one forget Sakamoto Ryoma, a spirit that was powered by the counterforce to deal with Nobunaga. His phantasm being his own wife, weaponized on a level that rivals the Age of Gods.
His wife
causes so much friction in the world that it can only be used one time before the world starts to see her as an enemy as well. Throughout the course of Fate history, you have guardians that are continuously cast out by the Force to fix these problems. The temperament of these subjects can vary on a case-by-case basis. Ryoma is a spirit that holds no resentment for the world and looks in a way to address the situation in the least threatening manner possible. Emiya Alter, on the other hand, has no need for this type of outlook of the modern world. He's more like a former angel that has been cast down to the depths of Hades. In the event that his method is efficient enough to get the job done, he could care less what gets destroyed in the process. And this is just an example of the type of beings that the world will send out if necessary. In a time where the world feels like the disturbance is too much for a counter guardian, such as the Beast class, you can expect the visit from a completely different entity, and that will be the Grand Servants, spirits who are not only drafted because they are the best of their kind, but they are also sent out to deal with these problems on the highest level. Of course, my favorite is always going to be Emiya. He's going to be extremely difficult to top, and a lot of these counter guardians don't have the backbone that his story has to even compare. But I do respect you guys for even trying. I do recall a lot of people saying that there needs to be some type of spin-off to Emiya becoming a counter guardian. I definitely agree with that. I know it's long overdue, but his story has always been the most interesting. That would be interesting to watch. Far. So I still would like to see that, you know, all the things that he had to go through to get to that point, and maybe a couple of the places that he had to go to during that time. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't mind seeing a little glimpse of everybody becoming a counter guardian, because I know that they all took different paths. I know in the show they show us a little bit of him going to settle some disputes in the Middle East. Then in the other one, a couple of guards from the Roman Empire, there does seem to be some sort of fire if you look at the scene specifically, that could very well be the Great Fire of Rome, which was a really big part of their history. Even Nero was said to be involved, so that makes it even more relative than it was before. I also wouldn't mind seeing some new counter guardians for the disturbances that are a bit more recent. I don't know if you guys saw the headline, but about a month ago, they had the incident between Palestine and Israel where 1,000 missiles got shot off at Israel. And I'm like, what the fuck? How do you shoot 1,000 missiles and everybody doesn't perish? But apparently the missiles were poorly made, so a lot of the destruction from it was alleviated. Incidents just like that one would be right on time for a counter guardian to show up, because at that point it's getting out of hand. And they could definitely do some type of pocket singularity that doesn't have great involvement with the story but still make it impactful. Let me know what you guys think.
Alright guys, like, subscribe on the video, man. Like I say, ISH4, link will be sure about down below. Counter guards explained. So it's basically just giving us a little bit more like context into like what the counter guard is, which I kind of already had a like a knowledge of like it. So basically, like I said, it's like when the world's like getting like out of order, getting in disarray, basically the world itself, like Gaia, or even just like the thing is the Grail itself would just like send out like these type of guardians like once every like so often in the Holy Grail War, or I don't even think it gotta be Holy Grail. It just gotta be just when the world just like in chaos or whatever. They'll send out like a guardian like Emiya the Archer or something like that to just kind of like balance things out. Basically, that's what a counter guard is. It's like a form of balance within a person that wasn't, like he said, wasn't like in like the Hall of Fame of heroes or whatever, like in time. Like they're kind of like in this middle ground, if that makes any sense. But anyway, guys, also too, let me know in the comments down below, guys, if my video was like lagging behind or wasn't like caught up, because I think like my last few videos, they was like lagging behind, they wasn't caught up. But I think I got everything fixed and everything, like all the settings and everything good now. So let me know in the comments down below with that as well. Yeah, so like, subscribe on the video, guys, to the notification, make sure you click all so we know about notified time we future upload, guys. We will be continuing with the weekly uploads, guys. Also, so like I say, hit that subscribe button, trying to hit that 1,300 mark. We are slowly on the way. Only can get there with you guys. I'm only here because of you guys. Like ain't no incognito ways without you guys. All right, guys. So without further ado, what is out here?